represent all of us.
Oh, may I be the bobblehead?
Of course. Morgan, can you switch,
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
You know, fatherhood is pretty freaking awesome. You know, I get to watch these wonderful sentient beings grow up and to hopefully be productive members of society. I love watching them grow. I love watching them go through all the different phases of life. It's so great. And you know, one thing I like to do with my kids is I like to share things that I grew up watching. You know, I like to show them the old Star Wars movies. I like to show them old Transformers, old G.I. Joe, Inspector Gadget, Thundercats, He-Man. I show them all these things. Beast Wars. Pick a show in the 90s. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, I love that I get to share these experiences with them. But with everything going on with modern media, I have one very important rule. Anything after pretty much the year 2017 that was made for kids, I vet the hell out of that thing. I watch it. Like, if I was to ever show you a picture of my Netflix recommendations, you would think I was some kind of creep, because if I didn't have kids, you'd be like, yo, why is this dude watching all these kids shows? Like, it's real. It's real. But yeah, I vet everything. I watch everything before my kids watch it, or I watch it with them. And if I feel like something ridiculous is about to come out of a character's mouth, I immediately turn it off. Which brings to mind the subject of this video. We need to discuss Transformers Earthspark from Nickelodeon on Paramount Plus. A show that is so derivative, that is so ridiculous, that okay. Number one, the two main characters are these two black kids who are easily the most annoying kids to ever walk the face of the earth. Their decision making is terrible. They don't grow. They're basically just stand-ins because of diversity. And listen, I'm not going to say anything negative about the writers in most cases. Most cases I wouldn't. Let's be honest. There are three white writers writing two young black characters. And you're thinking to yourself, uh-oh, here he goes. He's about to get racial. No. Think about it like this. James Patterson, the author, his best character he's ever written was a guy, Alex Cross, who is a three-dimensional character in his books. Another character, Luke Cage, written by white guys. Great black character. Another character, Black Panther, written by white guys. Great character. Another character. Let's take it to the next level. Another character, Storm, from X-Men. Black woman character, written by white men. Storm is one of the most beloved characters in all of comics. I mean, I remember going to New York Comic Con and seeing women, black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, dressed like Storm, because that's how beloved Storm is. So the fact that they're just white writers writing black characters, to me, is insignificant to the fact that they're just really bad writers. Like, oh my God, the situations these kids fall into, they fall into basically the same trap every single episode. There's some version of the same trap they fall into. And then their parents, the mother is like, Miss can do everything, do it all, everything. And the father is just a bumbling idiot. The entire freaking show, just fanboying over Bumblebee or whatever. Like, it was so stupid. It was so poorly done. And I'm just like, what am I watching here? None of this show makes sense. It's like everything, every stereotype that has come out in every other form of media is here, and it's like just rubber stamped completely in. It's like branded into this. And then, just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, like at this point my kids had already not stopped caring around episode 3, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna power through, because I was like, this may actually turn into something cool down the road, you never know. And then I get to this.
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
And my first thought was, Transformers. Transformers was my safe haven. Transformers used to be the thing that, no matter what, it's robots that are good, that are evil, fighting each other for the fate of humanity. Like, there's no reason for there to be identity politics in a show or a series about robots. But oh boy, was I wrong. Oh man. Oh my God. And then the follow up in that same scene, they decided to do this.
He or she just doesn't fit who I am.
He or she just doesn't fit who I am.
And needless to say, I'm completely at a loss for this. And the best part is they did it towards the end of the series. So like, but this was intentional. This part was intentional. The way they did this, because it's towards the end of the series when most parents would have probably checked out and been like episode 3 or 4 and been like, oh yeah, this is a pretty cool show, whatever, blah blah blah. And then they did this at the end. There's no place for this in media made for 7-year-olds. There's no reason. I'm so glad my kids checked out and I kept going, because if I would have walked away at episode 5 or whatever and they would have snuck this crap in, the questions, unnecessary questions for kids just enjoying a TV show. And this is why I seriously don't like having my kids watch anything past the year 2017 because of this bullshit. It's like, it's one thing if you advertise that you're going to be doing this kind of stuff. It's fine. But they don't do that. They sneak it in. They're sneaky. This is completely unnecessary for a kid's show about robots that don't breed. Like, the robot says, look, Nightshade is like, his pronouns are they, them. The best part about that is, you're a robot. You're a machine. Your programming would tell you that does not compute. I'm sorry. Am I the only person here that thinks that a robot's head would explode if it thinks it's multiple robots? If it thinks it's Legion? It thinks it's all the Autobots? This is the stupidest thing they could have done. I am very happy I caught this when I caught this. And I'm very happy that multiple people apparently have caught this. And for the people who haven't caught this yet, I'm bringing this up because this is unacceptable. This is disgusting. They're little kids. If you want to do this stuff to your kids, fine. But you need to put warnings up. Just a little prompt that says some of the conversations or something in here. Just say may not be appropriate for all ages. That's all you have to do. That's all I'm asking. But you don't do it. You're sneaky, which means you have something to hide, which shows me that you're ashamed. You're ashamed that you have to virtue signal to a bunch of children because you're an insecure narcissist. That's what this shows me. All of you writers on this show, you're insecure narcissists, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. Not to mention, on a side note, this is supposed to be a sequel series to the original G1 show, and yeah, they can have that, man. How is it that Optimus Prime goes from a leader poised to lead the Autobots to a wimpy, indecisive beta male? And Megatron is now an Autobot. Oh God, the show's so bad. And then they throw in the nonsense on top of that. I think they threw this in, this identity politics nonsense, this woke nonsense. They threw it in there just because they know the show was bad. So they needed to do something to pledge allegiance to the team and get the esteem and hopefully grab some ratings, because they knew the show was a pile of garbage. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not advertising anything on this. I'm not going to talk about any other things. Listen. You know the deal. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this. Whether you like it, love it, or hate it. I want to know. This is your turn. This is your time now. Hit me up in the comments. But anyway, with that said, be safe, be good. And this is the DrunkenPrime cracking open another beer and signing off.